Hey guys, today we're getting straight to the point. In today's episode, we are confronting what most people try to hide, and that is unforgiveness is a victim mindset dressed up as protection, and if you don't release it, it will keep you out of the very life you have been praying for. Let's talk about it, guys. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. My name is Akisha Smith.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And welcome back to our podcast where we educate, motivate, and inspire you to break free of your limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that hinders your ability to create the life you desire. Today we're talking about unforgiveness. Now we know people don't like forgiving. People like holding grudges. We are a grudge holding community society.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to shed light in a way where it helps you understand that this very thing is keeping you from becoming who God called you to be. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So before we jump into this episode, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and press that little button. Share all that good stuff. Okay, because it's going to be a good episode.
Yeah.
And at the end, if you stay all the way to the end, I have a good declaration for you to type in or for you to add to your affirmation list that deals with unforgiveness. Okay, so you ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Unforgiveness.
Yeah.
How you want to start this thing? You want to start with what it actually looks like?
Well, I like to tell stories.
Okay,
I like to do how Jesus did.
Come on, parable.
Jesus told stories and parables and this and that. And I think that's how people understand things.
Okay.
Because me and you both like pastors that tell stories. We don't like pastors that just come straight out the Bible, correct? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the pastors that I like listening to on YouTube and stuff like that, majority of them tell stories. But anyway, let me say this. I never had my dad in my life. Never had him in my life. I met him one time when I was 13 years old. And I resented him and hated him for so many years. Let me tell you what I mean when I say that. Because he wasn't there, he wasn't around on those times when it come to have Father-Son Day at school, when it come to have Father whatever, looking for Dad ain't there. Uh-huh. And a lot of other kids, they had that dad in their life. Either I was there by myself or I was there by myself because I didn't have nobody to go with me. I just didn't go. Now, that was another thing I did as well. I just didn't go. And thinking back on that, I just hated him for so many years. I really forgave him about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm 44 years old, and I just forgave him. And guess what? He passed in 2002. 2002 he passed. So he's passed on to the next place, and I'm still holding that in my heart for him. That hate I had in my heart for him. I remember one day I don't know what I was praying about, asking God for or whatever. He said, you need to forgive your daddy. You also need to forgive your mom too. My mom had been passed on as well. I kind of hated the way she treated us as kids as well. So I said that to say this. He said, you need to forgive your dad. I'm like, forgive him? He wasn't never there. And this and that. He said, you see how you getting right now? Every time your dad come up in your thoughts, in your mind, you have that bitterness, that rage. And I need you to get rid of that because guess what? If you don't, you're going to be just like him. I'm like, okay. Now my dad died of cirrhosis of the liver. I started getting a little alcohol addiction a little while back. I had to quit the alcohol completely so that I wouldn't turn into him. Mm-hmm. But I resented him so much, I almost turned into the person that he was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me read you this real quick. I just want to read you this. I like to come out the Bible. Matthew 6, verse 14 through 15. For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sin, your Father will not forgive your sins. So that's Jesus talking.
Right.
In the book of Matthew. But go ahead.
And forgiveness play a big role.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We have a very special announcement for you.
Yes, guys. So we're so excited to announce our new mentorship program where we help individuals and couples break free of their limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that is hindering their ability to create the life they desire.
Guys, inside this mentorship community, we have 2 Zoom calls a week, and we also bring an expert in every Friday to talk about what they do and how they can help us.
Yes, guys, and this is all done in a community setting. So if you're ready to join a community of like-minded individuals, we got you, okay? For more information, please be sure to check the description box down below. And hey, let's get back to your episode.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, just with your situation, a lot of us are being imprisoned, or let's say this, are imprisoning ourselves, right? Because the person who hurt us might be long gone, and we're still walking around, and that hurt is still living written free in our head, in our mind, and in our habits.
Start using my stuff, huh? Written free,
written free in our mind, our head, and even in our habits, right? And that is the thing that is keeping you from becoming who God is calling you to be, because you're walking around with this hurt. This hurt then become your identity. This hurt then become what you answer to. What is your trigger, right? So that's why forgiveness is very important, because at the end of the day, you have to give everybody grace. Everybody is not perfect. You mess up, you're going to need forgiveness as well. So what it look like me holding unforgiveness or harboring unforgiveness in my heart when I know one day I'm going to be needing the same forgiveness, right? So when we say forgive, is not that you're forgetting. A lot of times when you hear a person talk about forgiveness, it instantly go, well, you want me to forget? No, you're not going to forget, because that's an experience. That's something that happened in your life that is imprinted on your mind. But what you can do is not let it become your identity, not let it imprison you, not let it stop you from becoming who God called you to be. That's how you know when you harboring unforgiveness in your heart. When a person that hurt you can change your whole mood, can make you go a different route, can make you just become out of your character that you never thought you can be. That's how you know you harboring it. So yeah, what does unforgiveness look like? It's basically to the point. It looks like I'm walking around with this hurt. You know how they say hurt people hurt people? Oh, yeah. But then you don't really recognize that yet.
You don't realize you're hurting people.
Yes. Yeah. Because you're working so hard not to become the person you hate. Yeah. And in actuality, you actually internalizing it, and then you become that thing.
See, that's what I was telling you about the alcohol. My dad died of cirrhosis of the liver. I was trying so hard not to be him. I ended up being him for a short period of time. I'm glad I didn't stay there. But I ended up being him for a short period of time and started going to the alcohol instead of going to God about my problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead of opening up.
And that ultimately could have hurt you and our kids as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. And I think that's the thing. When we're talking about forgiveness, you have to take accountability. Like, that's the first step. And we're going to actually, towards the end, we're going to share 3 of the top steps you can take to start the forgiveness process, right? But one of those steps is taking accountability, recognizing the hurt, address the hurt, admit the hurt. A lot of times we try to walk around hiding what happened to us, hiding the pain, hiding the things we experienced in our childhood, right? And when we go hiding, we're not allowing God to shine a light in that area. So all that area see is darkness. And what grows in darkness when it's wet, when it's muggy, mold when it's wet. That's what grows in darkness. Yeah, and that's what the devil uses. When you are in darkness, that is the worst time you can be in, because the devil go in and that's where he's operating. Now you in his arena. So now he can dictate your habits. He can dictate the way you walk, talk, the way you interact with other people, the way you even address the will of God in your life. You know, a lot of times we think us as Christian, when a person say, oh, I'm a Christian, that means we're actually doing the will of God. When you have unforgiveness in your heart and God called us to forgive, what do you think that is? You disobeying God.
That's not the will of God.
That's not the will of God in your life, because at the end of the day, it say if you can't forgive your brother, then who you thinking God is going to forgive you? And it also said it was in Matthew where a guy he was in trouble or whatever, I guess with whoever was over him, and he said, please forgive me. I guess he owed the debt. And he said, please forgive me. And the guy was like, okay, I forgive you, right?
Yeah.
And then once the guy forgave him, the guy who asked for forgiveness, went out and then go look for his worker.
Yeah.
And said, hey, don't you owe me money? You need my money. Yeah. And he was like, forgive me, master. Forgive me, master. He was like, no, I want my money. And then got him put in prison.
Yeah.
Like, how can we ask God for forgiveness for our sin that we know we're going to wake up the next day and do again? How can we ask God for forgiveness for that type of sin, but yet we can't forgive a person that hurted us, that hurt us?
Yeah.
We hurt God every day. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you're getting a little deep.
I got deep,
You're
but
getting a little deep on them. You're getting a little deep on them. Yeah, man, but as I sit back and think about that, you got to forgive. I'm gonna give you another scripture. You know, I like to hit people with the scripture. Be Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ forgave you.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I got 3 or 4 more scriptures in there. And he just kept talking about forgiveness all the time. And guess what? Guess why he told you to forgive? It wasn't for the other person. It was for you. It's for you. It's for you. Because if you holding that, let me tell you this too. A lot of stuff that people hold in their body, a lot of aches and pains and sicknesses and stuff like that is held in there because of unforgiveness. They're not forgiving the people, and that turns into sickness, pain, you know, and discomfort, all that kind of stuff. Start forgiving people, and a lot of that stuff will just leave.
Yeah,
it'll leave. I remember so many times I heard different pastors say, they say, man, the Lord telling me that you ain't forgiving a certain person. Like, do you know who that is? And then they'll just say, yeah, I haven't forgave my mom because she did me this way or did me that way or something of that nature. And they say, well, that what you're dealing with right there, it could easily be gone if you just forgive them. So once you forgive them, then it'll leave. I can't pray for God to heal you because you're holding on to that. And once you release that, then you'll be healed.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just things like that, you know. And as we continuously walk around with that unforgiveness, I remember I had a business partner. He screwed over me, took a bunch of money from me. You know, I had to forgive him. She wasn't so forgiving.
Hey, let me tell my own story. Let me tell my own story.
She wasn't so forgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell my own story.
That was part of your story?
No, I didn't even think, because I was thinking like, okay, God, what kind of story can I share?
Yeah, but
you brought up too. I just got another one too.
I'm just saying, you know, I hadn't already forgave him, but she hadn't forgiven me yet. You know, so she gonna tell a little part about it. But I'm like, you know, and he's like, and God was like, yeah, you got to go ahead and forgive him. Just like you forgave your dad, just like you forgave your mom, you got to forgive him as well. And he's saying that money that he took from you is going to be replaced to you tenfold. I'm like, okay, Lord, okay. But I need you to forgive him first before I give you that money back. It's going to come back to you, but I need you to forgive him. And that's another reason why a lot of stuff is not being released to you, because you're holding that unforgiveness to a person who wronged you, and it's just staying off in you, and God can't release those things to you.
Right.
And I often think about this as well. What if I didn't forgive him and just kept holding that resentment? I forgave my dad, forgave my mom, and didn't forgive him, and just kept holding that thing that I want, the money that I want, it can't be released to me because I'm holding on to it. You know what
because
I mean?
it turns you into a prisoner of your past.
Exactly.
Because that happening, like when a person hurts you, yes, that happened in your past, right? But when you hold on to it, it causes you to be cautious on how you go into your future, because your past is always dictating your future.
Yeah.
When you live in your past, it's going to dictate your future every step of the way. It could have been like, okay, now a business deal come up and we thinking about, okay, this dude, you know, he took out this money from us and we trusted him. We don't know about this deal. And this can be the very deal that God brought to you that you've been praying for. Right?
Yeah.
It might not be ideal to the sight, but it's ideal to your spirit. But because you are listening to your past and you have unforgiveness in that, it causes you not to walk out in that deal. So when I thought about that, that's why I said, let me tell my own story.
Go ahead on.
When I thought about that, I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Because obviously this person needed that money more than we did. Because why else would you would have done it, right? And 2, I don't know him like that.
Yeah.
So I can't expect honest and truth and transparent from a person I don't know like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know your character. I just met you through my husband.
Yeah.
So I can't hold you to that standard yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I realized, okay, God, I'm going to bless him.
Mm-hmm.
Bless him and his family. Bless him and his wife, their business, their real estate. Bless him.
Yeah.
20-folds, 100-folds, whatever.
Yeah.
And once I did that, it's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, granted, will it come back up sometimes when this topic come up?
Yeah.
Yes. And you have to check how you react to it.
Yeah.
You have to check your reaction.
I want to see. I'm gonna look at your reaction once I start talking about that on this thing. I'm gonna go back and check your reaction.
Anywho, you have to check your reaction to it because it's gonna come up.
Yeah, it's gonna
and
come
you
up.
gonna and it's, when it come up, you're gonna say, "Have I really forgave this person?"
Yeah.
Your reaction is gonna determine if you really forgave that person
Yeah.
or you just hid that hurt. You hid that.
That's why I said I will go back and check her reaction.
No, it was forgiven. It was forgiven. I mean, I still side you. I can forgive you, but I'm still not. You know.
The thing about that though, it gave me wisdom. It gave me wisdom. I got wisdom throughout that. Let me tell you what I mean when I say that.
I gotta write this.
It gave me wisdom because me and him had done many deals before together. We had done many deals before together, but the last one I got burned on. Okay, and now I learned from my mentor. My mentor told me, don't give the person the money in their hand. Don't give the money because I gave it to him in a check. Don't give the person the check. You take that money to the title company. Mm-hmm. So I got my wisdom in that. I lost that little money. You know what I mean? Now, for future reference, I'm taking it to the title company so I can't get screwed over again.
Yes.
So I got my wisdom in that. Yeah.
And that's when accountability comes. Mm-hmm. Remember I said we got 3 steps to how you start the forgiveness process? Mm-hmm. You have to take accountability for the part you played, for the role you played in your own hurt. Yeah. That is one thing we don't like to do. We always want to point the finger and become a victim to our hurt. And it's almost like, okay, am I a victor or I'm a victim? Mm-hmm. God say I'm a victor. I have victory in him, right? And that means I need to, in order for me to grab hold to that victory, I have to take accountability for the part that I played. Yeah. Did I do my research? Did I check this dude out? Did I follow proper protocol? What did I do? Yeah. Did I lead this person on? Yeah. Did I say something that hurt this person's feelings where they can just come and then have malice towards me? Yeah. Did I covet something? You know, you have to take accountability for your own part that you played in your hurt. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, God will shine a light on that hurt and let you see you in that hurt. Mm-hmm. So now you have a revelation of, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is my sore spot. Mm-hmm. This is my weakness. Yeah. So now, God, that you shine this light on my weakness, let me change. So I would never feel this hurt again. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to forgive in this area.
Get that wisdom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now we got that wisdom from that deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now going forward, it's our past is not dictating our future deals because we learn from it. Yeah. We learn from it. You learn from every hurt. Yeah. Remember that. You learn from every hurt.
Another thing too, you're gonna pay one way or the other. You're gonna pay if you get a mentor, or you're gonna pay giving your money away in a bad deal. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I wish I would have had a mentor beforehand, but that's neither here nor there. I learned my lesson, but now I am a mentor, so I can help you not go into bad deals and stuff like that, or give you some guidance, because that's all mentors do. They give guidance, tell you where they went wrong, and they say, hey, don't do that, or hey, you need to do it like this, or something of that nature. That's all a mentor is. Somebody who's been there and can help you through the process. Yep. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah. Now let's talk about why forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. Because a lot of times we think that when we forgive someone, they won. Now I got to humble myself after they the one who hurt me. Why do they deserve my forgiveness? Yeah. Baby, because it's for you. It's freedom in forgiveness. It's freedom in letting go. Okay, this is what I want you to think about. It's freedom in coming to that person, not actual, but in your mind, telling them, I forgive you for hurting me. You didn't know better. Yeah. All you did was the best you could do. Who am I to judge you? Who am I to put my expectations on you of what you should have, could have, would have done? So I'm releasing you of whatever hurt that you caused me. And I'm moving forward. Like, that is true freedom. When you can actually forgive a person and have grace. Give them grace in that. Because true forgiveness comes with grace. You got to give people grace.
Yeah.
You can't say I forgive you and then just stay away from them and just try to avoid them so you don't have no interaction. That's not forgiveness. But forgiveness means I can forgive you and I can still love you like Christ. I can still be cordial towards you. I can still be in the same room. I don't have to speak as necessarily, but I can still be in the same room and you don't change who I am.
Yeah.
You don't change the temperature in the room. I'm still me. That's how I know I forgave you.
Yeah.
When you no longer have no effect on my emotions, because a lot of times we deal in our emotions too much. We have some unforgiveness in our heart for a person that hurt us. What? We are bitchy. Can I say bitchy?
Why not?
We are bitch towards that person. We spread rumors, lies. We tell business. Like we are so hurtful to the person that hurt us, but not realizing you need forgiveness for that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I read a story, and I was reading one of Joel Osteen's books the other day, and he said that this guy and his wife, they would go, for Thanksgiving dinner, for Christmas dinner, whatever, at this person's house, and the guy was always kind of, what am I trying to say? Kind of down talking the guy's wife, and he said that his wife got mad at him because he didn't take up for her. And he told his wife that I'm not going to do it. And the reason being is because he could say whatever he want to say about you. It's up to you if you allow him to keep, to get you in a bad place. He said once you stop allowing him to get you in a bad place, then he won't be able to affect you anymore. Because he said she was leaving out the house, and anytime the guy would come around, she would move around, and go here and go there. He said once you stop letting that bother, she thought he was going to try to take up for her, but he said I'm not going to do that. I need you to learn that, because let me say this: anytime we go somewhere, anytime he's around, you're going to be in a bad mood, But if you stop allowing him to affect the way you to affect your mind, because that's exactly what she was doing. She was always trying to avoid him and this and that. And guess what? That's what she was talking about earlier. A person living in your head rent free. They live in your head rent free because you always trying to avoid that person. Anytime you go to Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, whatever, you trying to avoid them as much as you possibly can. Anytime you think about them, you got it on your mind. I don't like them. But they living in your head rent free. Rent free, they living in your head. So you have to release that person. And once you release them, guess what's going to happen? Then they're gonna start being nice to you. They're gonna start just say, I bless such and such. Just keep saying, you might say that 100 times. I bless John. I bless him. John, you bless. I forgive you for everything that you've done to me. And sometimes, a lot of times, people are mean and hurtful. They don't even know they're doing it.
They don't know it.
They don't know they're doing it. That's what they've been. That's how they've been many years. They just like that, and they don't even know that they're doing that. They just being the person that they are. You know what I mean? And if you allow them to be hurtful or mean towards you, then hey, that's just on you.
Yeah.
But you got to release them though.
You have to
release them. What you got?
And forgive yourself.
Yeah, I know you were sitting over there, Trip, when I said he ain't take up for his wife.
Because you said now you said disrespecting her.
No, he wasn't necessarily disrespecting. I had to go back and read the story.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think I said disrespect.
You said talking down on her.
Well, he was talking. How some people talk. What am I trying to say? It wasn't necessarily talking down to her or disrespecting her. It was critical, like critical. You know what I mean?
Criticizing her?
Not criticizing her, but just critical in general. He's critical. Okay. He's a critical person.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and as I sit back and think about that, some people just critical like that. You gonna let that bother you? The news is critical. Just watching the news, you'll be in a bad mood after the news go off. You know what I mean? So yeah. What you got?
Let's talk about the top 3 steps to start the process of forgiveness. Okay. Right. The first one is acknowledging your pain and not worshiping it. A lot of us, we acknowledge our pain, but it becomes a badge of honor on our shoulder. It becomes who we are. Don't you know what happened to me? Look what happened to me. Woe is me.
I know a lot of them people.
It becomes a badge of honor. Like it's a good thing that this hurt happened to you. And you're not really trying to heal from it. You just using it as a victim mentality, like a victim mindset. Yeah. Like, acknowledging the pain and not worshiping it, that starts the healing process. That starts true forgiveness. Because now I know, okay, this is what hurt me. But now I have in my head that I'm not that hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not what my mom and dad and my past did to me. I am who God called me to be. And if I want to be who God called me to be, I have to let go of my past. And what that past entails, you're hurt. A lot of times we want to just stay, I'm not living in the past. I'm not living in the past. But your past is your future. If you could continue to worship it.
Yeah.
If you continue to answer to it.
Yeah.
That's what I had to realize. Yes, my past was not ideal, but I'm not there no more. So I'm not going to answer. If you knew me in the past, you don't know me now. Because I don't. Plain example. When I was in high school, my nickname was Tweet. Everybody went to school with Tweet. I have it on my, I think it's called a tramp stamp.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I have it on my back,
tramp
right?
Stamp.
And not too much on tramp.
But it's only a tramp stamp if you got another dude name on you.
Oh, well, no.
A dude name right there.
Oh, no.
That's a tramp stamp.
No, it's my name. It's my name.
It's your name, but it's not a dude name.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I have my name was Tweet. They called me Tweet. That was my crab name, right? And if you call me that now, I don't want to answer to it. I probably would just look at you stupid. Or I realize, oh, you from my past. You from high school.
Yeah.
Right? Or you from the band when I was in band.
Yeah.
Right? That's my past. That's not who I am now. Yeah. My name is Akeisha. Yeah. I'm not going to answer to who I was because I'm not that 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old girl no more. Yeah. I'm not going to answer to that. So why are we still answering to our past when it's come calling and knocking at our future? You have a decision to make. You have the option of answering the past or ignoring it and moving forward. A lot of us like to worship our past like it's just the thing that we hold dear to. Yeah. Because we want sympathy. Yeah. Because we don't really want to truly forgive. We want to have a reason to be angry. We want to have a reason to walk around with a chip on our shoulder. We got to acknowledge it but not worship it. Don't worship your pain. Don't worship your past.
Yeah. I heard somebody say, it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. Yeah. Somebody call you BITCH, you going to answer to that? Or you going to just, like, who are you talking to? And I'm going to just keep walking. I don't know who you talking to. It ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. What's the next one you got on there?
Oh, the next one?
Did you tell your story?
Yeah, I did. I told a glimpse of it.
Glimpse of what? What was the glimpse?
The one we were talking about the dude, I ain't forgive him.
That wasn't your story.
I couldn't think of one. I thought of another one too when we got the wrong for money. Old girl.
Oh, what old girl?
Tax lady. I had to truly forgive her. I blessed her, y'all. So from that experience, listen, this is how good it is, because once you get revelation, from that experience with old dude, when this happened with us, I went into prayer. Yeah. Like normally I would have been, me. But I was like, God bless her. I started naming every blessing that she can use. Bless her. Yeah. Give me peace. Yeah. Because when you harbor unforgiveness, it steals your peace. It steals your purpose. Yeah. It literally blocks it. So when I realized that, baby, I got peace. What? God can do you better than I can do you. Exactly. I'm a child of God. Do you not know who you messing with? Yeah. You hurt me, you hurt God. Yeah. So now you got to deal with my Father because He cares. He is concerned about what concerns me. He cares for me. He cares, right? Yeah. And when it say He's close to the brokenhearted, my heart is broken. God is close to me. Okay? So I'm just going to pray that, God give you grace and mercy in the midst of what you sow, you reap. Yeah. So the next one. Number 2. All right. Deciding to forgive before you feel it. Forgiveness is not an emotion. It's a decision. Yeah. It's a decision you make every single day. Yeah. You don't go by your emotions. Oh, well, I don't feel like I'm forgiving him. Oh, maybe I messed up. No, it's not. Forgiveness is not an emotion. Stop living and thinking you got to feel some type of way in order for you to have true forgiveness. It's a decision. Easily. I forgive you. Simple as that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I remember this morning, real quick. I'm in the fast lane, right? It's a dude behind me. And we got, there's 5 or 6 cars in front of me. I can't go nowhere. So he jumps over on the right lane, and he proceeds to pass me. But it's a car up there, and he can't go nowhere. I look over there, he shot me the finger. I
I'm like, I'm thinking. I'm like, what you shoot me to pay for? I can't go nowhere. I got 5 or 6 people in front of me. Well, that was too funny to me. I just had, you know. I remember the time I would have swerved over on him.
Oh, wait, hit the brakes.
Done something. And then he got back behind me because he couldn't pass the car that was right there. So he had to get back behind. I remember the time I would have hit the brakes on him and all kinds of, you know, did it 2 or 3 times, you know. Brake checked him a couple. No, I said I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean?
That's not kingdom.
Yeah, I remember the time I'd have grabbed the gate. You know what I'm saying? To my, man, look here, man.
Thank God for deliverance.
Yeah, thank God for deliverance. Thank God for deliverance. Now, let me say this: if you're a person that goes out the house looking for somebody to be mad at in the morning, you can find them real easily.
Yup.
You can find them real easily. It ain't hard to find.
Just get on if you're in Houston,
you just get on the freeway.
Just drive by 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
You can find somebody to be mad at real quick. It don't take long. But go ahead.
Yes. And the last one is shift your focus from revenge to release.
Yeah.
A lot of us, when we have unforgiveness in our heart, we want to seek revenge before we forgive. We feel that we are the ones who give them their karma. And God say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
Yeah.
Vengeance belongs to him. Don't take his vengeance. Don't take it into your own hand thinking I got to get revenge. Because now, God got to get you. Like, that's what I realized. God, you can get them better than I can get them. And because I am walking in obedience and you calling us to forgive, I'm in obedience, you're going to take care of me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, just understand, shift your focus from it's not about revenge. It's about releasing. I release the power that I have given you for all these years. I release that power and I take it back for me.
Yeah.
I take back my power because now you're not living free in my head. Now you're not disturbing my emotions. Now you're not disturbing my peace. Now I can fully let go of my past and be all who God is calling me to become. Like, we think about the be part. Yes, we can be. Right now we being. But what about who you becoming? Becoming is a journey that is take you into your future.
Yeah.
I can become. Now I can become.
Yeah.
Because I'm no longer holding on to that. I'm not identifying with what you did to me. I'm not. So, yeah.
I'm going to say this. You got to be forgiving to other people just like a mother forgives her kids. Just like a mother forgives her kids. Mama forgive her kids so quick. Oh, she'll forgive them quick, but she ain't going to forgive everybody, though. She forgive them kids, though. Them kids wrong. Yo, baby.
It's my baby.
Yeah, it's my baby.
You're going to make a mistake.
You're going to make a mistake.
That's what I'm here for.
All that. You know, you got to forgive people like a mama forgive her kids. Now, daddy, he'll hold on to that a little bit longer. You know, but a mama, she can forgive them so quick. But yeah, man. Don't hold that malice, that ill will, that unforgiveness in your heart towards that person, because they're living in your head rent free. You going around trying to avoid them and all that. And a lot of times, let me say this. A lot of people haven't forgive their exes. Okay? But then they go get in a new relationship with a new person. And it turns out that they married the same person that they was with.
Oh, my exes live in Texas.
They married the same person that they were with because they didn't forget the other person. You know, you pray to the Lord for a husband, a wife, and this and that. Forgive that person first. Then start praying to the Lord for a wife or a husband. And He's going to send you a wife or your husband.
Because it's going to shine a light on the red flags that you miss.
Yeah.
And then you have to end up forgiving yourself for ignoring the red flags. Exactly. So now you becoming a whole different person than who you was with that person.
Wisdom.
It's wisdom. It's wisdom and forgiveness.
Wisdom.
And listen, another thing. Don't think you need an apology to forgive.
Yeah.
A lot of us haven't forgave because we waiting on an apology. I'm sorry. That person that may not ever give you an apology.
Exactly.
Are you still going to hold on when God is calling you to forgive? And your excuse of God, He haven't forgave, that's not going to cut it up there.
Yeah.
It's not going to cut it. So don't think an apology is needed for you to forgive. An apology is not for you.
Yeah.
It's not for you. It's really for them to soothe their own conscience. But the forgiveness is for you. It's for you to take back your power.
And let me say this too. You don't have to tell them you forgave them.
You don't. What did you do?
What?
When you wrote
I couldn't forgive. I couldn't tell he was gone. my daddy passed. My mama passed.
No. But that's one thing you can do.
Well, you can write a letter to him.
Yeah, as if it was.
You can write a letter to him like you writing it to that person, and then go out in the backyard and burn it. or you can just forgive them. Say, hey, I forgive you. And really mean it. Don't be out there just saying I forgave him just so the Lord won't,
Put on a whole dramatic.
I say I forgive you and pray for them. Say, Lord, I pray that you bless them and their families and this and that. And that'll let you know that you really forgave them. When somebody says something about that person, you don't have that sting. Like I just hate.
You don't turn your nose.
Yeah, you don't turn your nose up and none of that. That'll let you know you really forgave them. Now, if you still turning your nose up and that sting is still there, you ain't forgave them yet.
Well, what if I turn my nose up like, but it ain't like.
That's
That's a different kind. I feel like I know what you did.
When people looking at you, they can see in your face that you got some kind of malice or ill will towards that person.
No.
By you just doing
so
what you just did.
when you mentioned, when we go back and watch this thing, you mentioned, oh boy, I was like. And it wasn't like it wasn't anger. It was like, boy, you did that. Like you did that.
I would just go back and check it out. And I don't think he necessarily did it.
He did it.
See, look.
He did that. You got to take accountability.
I don't think he necessarily did it because I heard a couple of stories about him. So I don't think he necessarily did it because he just wanted to do it. He just wanted to run off with the money. I think he got too far in debt, too far gone. And it ended up taking him out, and it took my money along with him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel it was. I don't think it was just he just did it out of ear. Well, I'm gonna just take this man's money and just run it. Cause that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he would have did.
He would have did. We was dealing with him for what? 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And steadily doing deals and stuff like that. He would have did it in all that time if he really just.
That's why I was like, boy, you did that. Like
if you really just wanted to do it.
Communication. That's why I always tell people, man, communication is key. Because all you have to do is communicate.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was the main thing that did happen. The communication was now.
I didn't just spread with the bag.
Yeah, she just say, hey man, I messed
up.
I messed up, bro. Now I would have took that a whole lot better than you just
running with the bag.
Running off with the bag. You know what I mean? But
delete.
Let me say this though. I'm cool.
It is. We bless you if you watching this.
I'm cool with it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't hold no malice, no ill will, none of that. And I'm gonna keep talking about this because I feel like it needs to be talked about so somebody can hear it, so they won't do the same thing I do.
You know what? I just got it.
What's that?
Since the mentor real estate, you need to share that story.
Exactly.
That's an experience.
That's an experience.
In real estate.
Anybody that tell me they're going into a deal, I'm gonna say, hey, don't give your money to him. I done told people that in the past. In the mentorship. Hey, don't give your money to the actual person. Take your money to the title company.
That part.
Take your money to the title company. And that's going to save you maybe $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Whatever it is, $100,000. It's going to save you that. Just because I told you that. Because guess what? The title company is going to hold it there until the deal goes through.
Yep.
They're going to hold it there. And they're not going to release it to him. They're going to release it back to you if the deal falls through. If the deal don't go through, they're going to release the money back to you. So, that's just, I love it. I love it. And my mentor had to tell me that. And when he said that, I just, man, it's like my mind was just blown. Just
like, aha moment.
Like that's where I went wrong. Okay, I won't be doing that again. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And anybody that's watching this, if you're doing a real estate deal with somebody, take the money to the title company.
Take it there.
Take it to the title company. Don't give it to the actual person because they can't run off with the bag. Now, if you're doing you just doing what do you call it, a loan. If you're just doing them a loan, then that's different. You just sign a promissory note so that way you can take them to small claims court if that happens.
Exactly.
And then you be good with that. But as far as giving them the money in their hand, no, don't do that. I don't care if it's cash money, a check, cashier's check, whatever. Don't give it to them in their hand. Take it to the title company. Yeah, but anyway.
All right, guys. So as promised, as we close, I do have a declaration. Yeah. I think I'm gonna start doing this every episode with a declaration.
Okay.
And today's declaration is: I release what hurt me, so I can become all that God called me to be. Mm-hmm. So in this declaration, you're praying if you're struggling with forgiveness. Yeah. You pray to God and ask God to help you to forgive, help you to take accountability, help you to release, help you to give grace, help you to understand what it means to give grace, and even help you to understand what it means that if I forgive, I'm not necessarily forgetting and they're not winning. Yeah. But when I forgive, I'm taking my freedom back, the freedom that you gave me freely. Yeah. So go to God for help if you're struggling with forgiveness, unforgiveness. Go to God. Ask God to search your heart and reveal anything that is unforgiven in your heart. That's your heart, because out of the heart, from your heart, your mouth speaks, right? So yeah, that's your declaration. Let me go back to it again.
Also, if you're a person that need to be forgiven, go to the person asking for forgiveness. If they won't forgive you, then just release them. You still have to release them.
You did your part.
You did your part. Say, hey, I did you wrong. I'm sorry.
You took accountability.
I'm taking accountability for what I did, and I no longer want you to be mad with me or sad with me or whatever. Let's. I know I hurt you. I know it's gonna take you a long time for us to get back where we were. But I do want to move towards that if that's okay with you, and you're okay with forgiving me. But if you're not gonna forgive me, I just got to release you. I just got to let you know that, hey, I was wrong.
Yes. So I release what hurt me so I can become all who God called me to be. That's your declaration. Type it in the chat.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Yeah.
Just type it in the comments, y'all. Add it to your affirmation.
You can put it on the screen too.
Bam.
So that way they can screenshot it.
They
need to put that in their phone or whatever.
Yes.
So
that's it, guys. Forgive.
Yeah.
Forgive and forget. Because you're going to forget. You
ain't
forget,
gonna forget. No, you're gonna keep that in your mind, because you got to put that in your Rolodex. The Rolodex of your mind.
Come on, Rolodex.
Yeah, you got to put that in the Rolodex of your mind.
Rolodex.
Because what if I forget that he did that to me? Then I can go give somebody else some money. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you don't want to forget it. You want to get that wisdom from it, and then move forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. We hope you enjoyed this episode and it was some light shed in your dark place of unforgiveness.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Take us home, Bobby. Take us home.
Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
That part.
God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.